Have you ever had this happen? You're scrolling late at night, you stumble on a video, two people just talking. Great content, great visuals. You tell yourself you'll watch 1 minute and end up watching the whole thing. Then you realize it was a podcast. But here's what most people don't realize. That same podcast can live on YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok at the same time. And behind it, just one person. In this video, I want to show you what it actually looks like to make a podcast in 2026. It's not what you think. Let's get into it. Let me hit you with some numbers first. 73% of Americans have listened to or watched a podcast. That's an all-time high. On YouTube alone, over 1 billion people watch podcast content every single month. And 71% of active podcast creators are now producing video alongside their audio. And there's a clear shift underneath all of this. In 2020, video podcasts made up 18% of all podcast content. By 2025, that number hit 36%. Audio-only creation barely moved, less than 5% growth. Video podcasts, up 28% in the same period. The audience has already moved. Most creators just haven't caught up yet. The platforms are all in on this too. Over 60% of Spotify's top shows now have a video version. Apple Podcasts officially launched video podcast support in 2025. And on YouTube, podcast watch time hit over 70 billion minutes in October 2025 alone, up 75% from the year before. This isn't one platform making a bet. The whole industry is shifting. So the question isn't whether you should be making video podcasts. The question is, are you set up to actually do it? But here's the reality for most creators. The traditional podcast workflow: write a script, record with a mic, drag everything into an editing timeline, design a cover, produce a video version, then upload separately to 5 platforms. That whole loop? Half a day, minimum. A lot of people quit after 2 episodes. Not because they ran out of ideas, because the process wore them down. I have so much I want to say, but every time I open my editing software, I just freeze. I think a lot of people have said some version of that. I kept asking myself, is there a way to go from an idea straight to a finished, publishable podcast without bouncing between 5 tools, without spending 2 hours on a waveform, and without redoing everything just to make a video version? That's when I found PodcastorAI. It brings script generation, AI voicing, audio editing, video production, and multi-platform export all into one single workspace. Let me walk you through it from scratch. Start to finish, one complete episode. Step 1, getting your content in. You've got 3 ways to start. First, upload a document. A PDF, a news article, research notes. PodcastorAI reads through it and pulls out what matters. Second, type in a prompt if you're starting from scratch. Third, and this is the one most people don't know about, you can upload an existing audio file. Say you generated a podcast episode with Notebook LM, the content is solid, but you want to tweak the pacing, fix a few lines, or re-export it with a different voice. Just drop that audio file right in. Now, here's something I want to call out. The script PodcastorAI generates is not the same as what you get from ChatGPT. Regular AI gives you an article, readable on paper, but not built to be heard. PodcastorAI generates scripts built around how podcasts actually sound, with an opening hook, with the natural voice of a real host, with story arc, emotional pacing, and narrative flow. What you get is a script that's close to record ready, not a rough draft you still have to rewrite for an hour. Step 2, choosing your voice. Different content needs a completely different vocal energy.
True crime needs a low, steady narrator.
Educational content needs a clear, measured teacher voice.
Casual shows need something warmer and more conversational.
Browse and preview the models inside PodcastorAI and find the one that fits your show. Step 3, generate your audio, then edit it. 1 click and you've got a full episode.
Have you noticed that when you open your favorite app lately, you almost never see posts from your actual friends anymore?
If you want to change something, don't hunt for the waveform, don't drag things around a timeline. Just edit the text directly, like a Word doc. Delete a line, re-render, the audio updates. Quick note here, if all you need is an audio podcast and you don't need video, you're done right now. Look at the bottom right corner. There's a download button. Click it. Your audio file is ready. Upload it to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and you're live. If you want to go further and make a video version, keep going. 2 options here. Option 1 is visual podcast. Cover image, audio waveform, background visuals, video done in minutes.
You know, when you board a commercial flight, there's this certain comfort in knowing the autopilot can practically fly the plane from takeoff to touchdown.
Great for shorts and reels. Option 2 is AI avatar video podcast. Choose a virtual host, cartoon host, or even anime host. It feels like a real show, built for long-form YouTube. When you're ready, export everything at once. Spotify audio, YouTube video, TikTok shorts, all at the same time. All right, that's where we'll wrap up today. One thought to leave you with. The barrier to podcasting was never whether you had something to say. It's whether you could get it in front of people in a way they can actually find and watch. If you're already podcasting or thinking about starting, link is below, go check it out. And drop a comment. Where do you usually get stuck in your podcast workflow? Now, about the video podcast side, we only touched on it today. PodcastorAI supports several different video podcast formats. Visual podcast, talk show, split screen, two-shot, and each one fits a different kind of content and production goal. Next episode, I'm breaking all of them down. When to use which format, how to choose, and how to make your podcast video actually feel like a real show. If you don't want to miss that, hit subscribe right now. See you in the next one.